Hi everyone and welcome to my weekend waffle with Wildcat. I haven't planned what I'm going to say. I just set it up and I thought I'd better get it down to Sunday. Um, Obviously videos, what I'm going to be talking about will be coming in after this. So I may sort of be a bit early on some of the news. Presently sat in the van, it's 9.9 degrees C. I do have a diesel heater in, but it has to be jump started because the the wiring isn't thick enough. We've only got temporary speaker wiring in that Mark put in just to sort of give me a power to a light, some USB lights. So obviously that's when the diesel heater starts up, the surge is just too much. So we tried it with the engine running, which it started a couple of times, but what I've done is we've got a battery charger. I'm outside the bungalow again at the moment because the battery charger has to charge the batteries, so power has to be going to that for it to be able to have enough power and surge to start the diesel heater up once I'm cold, and then once it's going I can turn that off. I've got it going all the time at the moment to keep the batteries charged up. So, and of course it's the affordability of it. It's so nice though, because obviously once the diesel heater's on, it takes like sort of 10-20 minutes to just heat through the room, bring it up to sort of 16-17 degrees C, and then you can turn it off. I've been reading a few of the Facebook posts about how much it costs to run it and how much diesel it's using, which is concerning me a bit because I've only got like a quarter of a tank of fuel at the moment. So when I look again, I'm hoping I have got enough fuel to get down to the petrol station to put more in, so I'm a bit scared to use it at the moment. So I think the best idea of that is to just use it when it's like sort of going to be freezing and the whole place needs defrost and everything. Until then, just carry on using the duvets and everything. I'm not going to use my radiator though, my oil-filled radiator. I've took that back into the bungalow. Mentally, I'm here and there and everywhere. I'm excited because I'm still doing a few removals, got plans of how to sort of change this van and everything, and but then it's like I'm under a lot of stress and worry about getting her through the MOT because my whole life and world relies on that, and money for that I haven't got at the moment. My bungalow is top to toe of boot sale stuff that's been donated, my own stuff that's I've got to sort out, all the stuff out of Grace, my 7.5 ton lorry, just sort of been put in there in storage because obviously until this is built, I know what I do or don't want in her regarding furnishings and decor and things like that. Then obviously I can't sort of sort through that and sell that. Then of course I've got my stock from all sort of my shows and that before that I'm trying to sort of sort out for. There's a little Christmas fair that I want to go to, just a charity fair that I'm going to go to and just sort of support that. The only time I'm going to be going out. Until then, obviously I'm booked up from August next year, so I've got to prepare stock, paint stock. I've got, obviously my drums are a bit expensive for many people, so I'm trying to sort of get some paintings, work on some paintings, get some little handmade things done, like my charm bracelets, and I've sort of painted little wooden rounds and that before, little tiny like you've got the Christmas tree sort of rounds and that before, but I don't get my money back on them as much for the time and effort I put in the painting. So when I started out many moons ago, I was painting wooden boxes, so I thought I'd actually have a go at doing them again because they'd be more affordable. I can sort of price them affordable, but also have my artwork on it, and then of course I can still take pictures of that for the greeting cards and the oracle cards and everything as well. So I've just bought in a couple of wooden boxes to trial that and see if I can actually do some painting on that. I finished my dragon commission drum, that went down really well, so really happy to get that under my belt. I've still got a drum, a portrait drum I've been working on for like a year and a half or so, which is just, it's ridiculous what I'm doing with that, but I'm hoping to get back to that at some point. That's just for a friend that, there's no time limit on that, but it's so difficult to do a double wedding portrait. So I do when I paint my mobile phone picture by eye. I don't do the scale, I don't do any sort of anything else. It's just like chuck it on, try to sort of readjust it, and I'm not an artist. So that's taken a lot of effort, and also the changes and edges that I work with as well. As I'm painting, that changes on things that I do, especially with people. That's complicated, I won't go into that anyway. But yes, I'm trying to sort of prepare for shows and events next year as well, because obviously the time it takes to paint drums, obviously I'm trying to do drumming circles, free drumming circles and things like that for people at van life festivals and that, to give back. But I need to have enough drums for people to borrow, and my drums aren't just normal drums, they're healing drums, they're all hand painted, so obviously I've got to get a nice collection of them together as well. So ideally 10, so at least I can have enough for people to use. And then I've got about 10 rattles still at the moment. People can use that as well. And that's a nice little sort of go mad with the drums and have some fun and healing with them as well. So again, I've got to sort of work on them. And of course, the year is going very fast. I'll be debt free come July. It's July 21st. I'm debt free. So it's just sort of hanging on till then. Everybody's struggling at the moment, obviously with the cost of living, as am I. It is very difficult, especially with my diet and the food that I can and can't eat and how it affects me. I've fallen off the wagon slightly there. Ever since the doctor told me to relax a bit, I've not been so strict, not so much food wise, but through monitoring myself. He told me to stop monitoring myself so in depth, and of course that stopped me being in the routine. I come up in the morning, do my blood pressure, making sure I'm on this strict diet, and of course being stuck in with this weather at the moment, I'm not getting the walking done, and obviously being stuck at the bungalow, we're not walking so much either. At the bungalow, obviously I can let the cats roam free, so I'm only really sort of doing a lot of work online. I'm just sitting watching TV at the end of the day. I'm going back to that sort of old habit. I mean, I get out and I want to do it and things like that, but I need to sort of have these different places to go to, and the weather is so against us. Brakes played up the other day coming back from Ian's again. We think there's something. It's only twice now, but the brakes need to go hard and for a few minutes, and it's scary as hell. This time I was in traffic. So of course, when I was coming back from Ian's last time, I was driving back, and after that, when they come back, and I was terrified. So I'm reluctant to drive anywhere as well, not knowing what that is. But we're presuming it's something that's just a bit of grit or something that's stuck inside the pipes or something, or I don't know, or a bit of air stuck in there. But so it clears itself. But it's scary while it happens. I said it's only happened twice in the time I've had her. But obviously it's something that needs to be investigated. But Ian's done fab. So we now got to rewire. As I was saying, wiring is on order. They're supposed to come Friday. It's not come. Postal strikes. I actually went cheaper, thinking it was going to come from eBay in time. I could have gone a bit more dear on Amazon, had it here by now. But you know, every penny counts at the moment. So when that wiring comes, I'll go back to Ian's, and he'll do all the front electric section and get everything rewired properly and sort me out there, which is obviously important. So because I can't obviously go anywhere either with the cats, or even just to the local park for nights, unless I've got enough power to start this diesel heater up if needed. And also with sort of snow during that, I don't really want to leave the bungalow. I want to make sure I'm close by and have the power, the electric from that. So I'm just being patient regarding that. I've been moving things around again. Like I said, I'm going to be taking out this big art desk, this big heavy duty desk. It's a bit big, and also I broke the top the other day. And I've already found another longer normal dressing table. Now the drawers are going to be probably crap and not hold anything, but it means I can sit in the back here in the warm to do painting and everything, and then have that one in the kitchen for my dining table, and working there when it's warmer, and to actually use it for cutlery drawer and things like that, which I'm so desperately in need of. And then this one in here can actually be my dressing table with my clothes, not just my business stuff. I'll try to move some of my business stuff and things like that into the bungalow. Obviously don't need to carry all that sort of stuff here. I can obviously only sort of bring stuff into the lorry when I do the shows and things like that, and other times keep it stored in the bungalow, which is the whole idea. Because obviously I can't get everything done. Been having a go at the insulation. I'm still black. I've got black on my fingers from the roof bit falling down on me. I was using Tiger Seal in black, and it fell out. The polystyrene didn't stay stuck up, so it fell down on me, and I got it all over me. That's wedged up with a bit of wood at the moment. I need help to get this plying thing up. I haven't got the tools. I haven't got the metal drill bits to secure it and everything. So we'll leave that till Ian can help me with that. But I've rearranged this. You'll see on the vlogs coming up, I've got an L-shaped idea here. Instead of having the door there will be a door of sorts there, or a window of sorts there, so escape hatch. But I'm going to have a seating area there, which will then double up as a shop counter. So I've actually got like a bed lounge in here, an L-shaped bed lounge, which is so nice to have. The cats loved it last night. It gives me a better idea what to do and to make it a lot more homely in here. I've got an old bookcase in front of me, which would double up with the wooden boxes on the wall to put stock on, and then at other times put my own bits on. So I can just like transfer things over between shop time and home time. And obviously I've got a long way to go yet before I can start working at a shop or start going into that scenario. But it's a matter of doing what I can afford at the moment. I've got to say, I've got so much stuff I've got to try and sell and clear from the bungalow to fun little bits. It literally is like sell something for 20 quid, and that 20 quid goes towards food, or it goes towards, I've got to obviously find diesel now by going to Ian's, and that I haven't got that budgeted. Good news is, being December, my last payment for the insurance has been paid. Now, those who have been following my vlogs will know that I couldn't get the insurance paid monthly. I had to do it over 3-4 months, which meant that all my all my benefits and that went into paying for the insurance. So come now the 1st of January, that money be available for putting fuel in, but more importantly, money towards the work for the MOT. Now, obviously, there won't be much available, but at least once that's sorted, once the MOT is done, which I'm hoping to try and sell some bits for that, to pay Ian, and the MOT being paying for Ian to do some welding and everything. Fingers crossed, you know, it'd be a good result. We don't know what state the lorry is in and what's going to happen regarding it by an MOT's testing station and what they're going to do. I'm not going to worry about that too much. I'll be too scared. Obviously, what we can do is prepare as best we can, and then beg and borrow if she fails, and see what I can do there. But you know, I'm feeling hopeful. I am feeling hopeful. She's obviously gone, like I say, through horse box tests before, so they are quite strict. So we got an idea of what work needs doing, and we're going to sort of do that before they sort of keep an eye on it. But other than that, she seems to be okay, you know. But I don't know, do I? And it's just putting her through that first MOT to find out what I bought, basically. But we will work with her regardless. It's just going to be a long few years to, you know, slowly get together. And like I say, until I can be in a situation where I can try to sort of start getting donations and that again, working for donations and that come August. That's still the start of a very long haul of getting back out to Mind Body Spirit fairs and things like that. And just, and they're expensive in themselves. You're talking sort of a couple £100 for the weekend. So I've got to have that money to pay for the store, and then, you know, raise enough money from that. Yes, admittedly, my drums are like sort of £200 each. So as long as I go and sell a drum, and uncover myself, but you know, you've got to try and make a profit, not just sell a drum. Which is why obviously I do the demonstrations of my healing and how my drums work as well, and they tend to sell themselves. But you know, going back out after having, you know, a couple of years out and really going out as an unknown, because there's so many new people out there now. A lot of people won't know who I am or anything. So it's like sort of starting all over again there, which is fair enough. Hopefully I'll go back with a lot more confidence and a lot fitter and healthier and able to sort of cope with a lot more. Before that though, I am from Gloucestershire, if you can't tell by my accent. Obviously I've been through a lot of health scares, as has my family. And I am actually hoping maybe that I'll be going back home. I haven't been able to get back for like 5 years since pre-COVID. Just, I don't know, it's going to be emotional. I can't really afford to go there, but I think I need to go there. Some closure, just go back to my roots, go see my mum. It may be my final trip there, my final time I see her and things like that. So I just need to go back and do some healing and remember the good times, not just bad times, you know, and fall in love with my roots again. And I was doing some Google mapping the other day and just driving down the lanes and that, you know, as you follow the map and you can sort of go there, and so emotional. So I've avoided sort of spending a lot of time there because, you know, our family's a bit sort of wacky, but I think I need to, and it'd be great for the cats as well, you know, and just sort of, but we'll see. I've obviously got sort of the 6 months before. I'm not booked into any sort of van life events until like June. So rather than sort of disappear up north of Scotland in the middle of nowhere and struggle, maybe I should go back and go and spend some time with family. But we will see. Spirit will obviously dictate that as and when. But that's certainly something that's going through my mind at the moment. It's all part of my healing. It's all part of obviously closing down trauma from the past and the history and things like that. And that's obviously something really important to go do. Mischief. Cats are doing great. So proud of them and how they're coping with the pram. Obviously we need to go out more and more. So you see, the more we do the pram work and everything like that and get it walking there. I've just come on so confident, but you know, it's a difficult time of year now to get out so much. If we were out there doing it all the time, that they would just go from leaps and bounds like Connie did. So I'm looking forward to doing that more. You're a good girl. This little girl's just sort of come on and been filling Connie's shoes, slowly but surely. And of course, Spirit, he's just turned into a beautiful big fluffy polar bear brute snowman. He's my little Spirit bear, and he's doing great. I really need him. You're a good girl, aren't you? This little girl loves me to pieces, don't you? Hey. Obviously, I'd love more savannas again in the future, but right now I can cope with these two. It's something that I can travel and cope with. I can't afford to more savannas. I can't afford to do anything else. But going forward regarding that, obviously I bought the bigger lorries and had the space. It's about having the cats and taking on the cats and giving them the best life. So regarding the cat shelf up top, I've had the brainwave that I will turn it into a cattery, an enclosed cattery, not just a storage sort of shelf, so that they can have that. And obviously when in the summer, when we have trouble with the heat and everything, when everything's got to be open, if they have to be contained, then they can be shut in the cattery up there and watch what's going on. And people walking through with it's a display vehicle and things like that, rather than have to sort of watch my back when they're tethered. I can obviously have them open and have them up there. So I'm thinking of having a 1.5 story above me, which is going to be a cattery and a drop down bit for a bed come litter tray section. Then I'm underneath, and then we have the L-shaped sofa, and a dressing table, bookcase, and all shop bits on the wall and things like that. And then have the drop down back will continue as I plan to have it. So my demonstration area where I stand and talk and show how to do the drummers and everything will still be there. It can also double up as a shop section. Obviously I've got to find some sort of steps that people can walk up onto it, and that can actually be a raised shop section if need be, or I'll have the shop down the side. But it means if I have it there, I can obviously watch what's going on and see people, and then come in here and I am then safe and protected, and you know, in my little space and happy. But again, that's just obviously forward thinking. I'm thinking if this is going to be my full-time long-term van now, I've got to think what I need going forward, and I will obviously have more cats. You know, they're going to come around and about when that is afforded. So I've got to really sort of build her ready for that, and to take on any other cats that need that help as well. So I'm just sort of trying to think, you know, how do I create that and make sure that that works for me and them. So yeah, so I'm still planning that. Obviously I can't really, even though I've got some CLS and that, I probably haven't got enough, but I'm just doing little bits of insulation, which I'm going to want to finish off, but I can't really do much of the big build and the refit until I have a good days where I can just open the back up and tear everything out and have a good day, do all that, then build it all back in again. And I can't do that during winter, obviously. And obviously I don't want to start doing that with the lorry if she's not going to pass her MOT, and she's going to be absolutely drastic. So really we've got to sort of, the MOT is very much my focus at the moment, and waiting and patiently working towards that, and just trying to fundraise towards that. And fingers crossed, once she's got that, obviously, my God, the world, as I say, my world's my oyster, and things like that. I can relax, I can plan things, I can go and spend some time away on the road and that, and just sort of enjoy for a bit and de-stress and focus back on my health and that again. I'm exercising that again, but right now the stress is just getting to me. Christmas and New Year, it's just another day to me. I don't have people sort of spend time with me. I don't see anybody. It's just, you know, it's a very depressing time for me. But you know, you just sort of sit and watch TV, and obviously New Year with the fireworks and that, I've got to be out the way somewhere so the cats don't get stressed. Fireworks went off the other night, and we didn't expect it. Mischief was absolutely terrified, so I've got to think about that, about finding a park up where we just get away from everywhere, and we're happy to be on our own and we'll enjoy being around. So we've got to find the right place that we can enjoy. So I've also got to forward think about that, because that's obviously pre-MOT as well, and we've only got a few weeks before that happens. So I'll just sort of start thinking about where I can take them for that, because we'll probably just sort of be away for like a week or so to you know, be safe, because festivities go on for a while. So if anybody can think of anywhere that can be, that you know, I'd appreciate that. I mean, again, I say a week, but I need to come back for electric. You're a good girl. But it's all these things I've got to think of, to putting the cats first, and for their safety and their happiness, we've got to make sure I do that right. But anyway, thank you to all my new subscribers. Thank you for those who are following and commenting. Please like and comment to keep the sort of algorithms in chat, even if you just sort of tick the like and put a smiley face, that's fine. You know, as I'm being watched, it helps me to know that I'm being watched, and you know, somebody's out there. You know, the virtual world is my life, it's my contacts. I don't have any sort of anybody around me, so I really appreciate knowing that there is somebody out there. And you know, I know I waffle, I know it's a lot of it's about cats, but it's just, you know, I'm human, and you know, need a bit of attention every now and again to make sure to help keep me going, and you know, keep my mental health strong. Yeah, beautiful. But yeah, you know, it's just a quick wildcat waffle for weekend, and we're also going to try and make my videos a bit shorter. Apparently, you know, only a few people watch them all the way through, and apparently the best length of videos like between 8 and sort of 15 minutes long, 10 minutes long, and I'm always doing half-hour ones, so I'll take that on board, and maybe that would also help my content that I have, like sort of make the video the half-hour rather than before sort of half-hour dragging on a bit. And if I get interesting, and maybe we want to come back and see the next bit, because obviously there's bits coming in about me doing the installation, and you know, just having a right old idiot's guide how not to do things, you know. I'm going to give you some attention now. She's wanting some attention, so I'm going to get off the here, but say thanks very much for being there. I hope everybody has a wonderful Christmas festive period, and I'll come and chat with you maybe next week, and obviously please enjoy the vlogs as they come out. Thanks very much. Bye for now.